Hey hello everybody, my name is Goodboy and welcome to a video on epic Fortnite forts. I've built this amazing marvel here, and if you stay tuned towards the end of the video you can find out what it looks like on the inside and all the surprises inside, and also what it looks like to destroy it. But first, let's have a quick look at exactly what I did. Before we begin though, please hit the like button, subscribe, and of course share the video and hit that glorious notification bell. So it's amazing what you learn playing Fortnite, and I think one of the biggest things I learned was actually that things don't fly in the air. It's not like Minecraft where if you go ahead and destroy stuff, it just stays in the air. No, in this game, it literally is you destroy the foundation, your entire pyramid collapses, like it did here. And I was sitting there like, what? The game must be bugged or something? How did that happen? So I actually literally checked my settings to see if I'd done something by accident. It was only later on with some experimentation I realised that when you destroy the thing that's holding up the walls, the whole thing collapses. Very important thing for me to learn, as you can say, very noob at this game. Anyway, with my experimentation complete, now the process of building a pyramid had begun. The way I did it was I would build from the rock face highest up, go as high as I can, place down a pyramid, and then from that pyramid go in the opposite direction, so you get a nice little pyramid thing there. The problem was then making the base to unify them all together. That actually proved to be really difficult because they all were at different heights because, of how the pyramid landed. So I actually had quite a lot of time just trying to put all of the 4 pyramid ends from the top all level. Anyway, eventually I was kind of getting the gist of it, in the sense that I was able to create a level playing field for all of the pyramids to work towards. And that way they could all be at the same height, and then we had an effective base. And then it was just a question of me destroying stuff, so that we actually had a perfect pyramid without annoying bits on the end. It kind of comes together, it's sort of like the scaffolding behind a building. Anyway, then it came down to building walls, but even then building walls is not easy because, well, it's a pyramid, so they're not exactly even. So that's kind of your first major challenge, really. I was like, oh man, what do I do with my walls? Oh, this sucks. But with a bit of ingenuity, I quickly realized the most important thing actually was that I'd need to build a floor. So building an effective floor is no small or easy thing. It takes a lot of time. I've sped it up so that way, it's you don't have to go through the entire agonizing pain that I went through. But it takes a while. And even with flying mode enabled and me rapidly, instantly building stuff, it still takes a long time. And I had to, in the end, break it down into little manageable chunks and then go ahead and build across it. And yeah, that kind of worked, but it was a pain to say the least. Anyway, you can see the final product there. It's actually pretty impressive if you think about the grand scale of how it all fits in together. So I've got my pyramid towards the top, I filled that in, and then I've got the base. Now if you see the memory at the bottom, that's a telltale sign of the problems I'd encounter next. But I was very, very keen to start building the walls to my pyramid, and so that rapid process began. Anyway, I got towards the final part of building it when I realized I had used up all my memory. My pyramid, put simply, was just too big. Far, far too big. And I had to remedy and come up with solutions of how to deal with it. The biggest, probably most easiest thing I could think of was actually, do you know what? Let's go ahead and take out the floor to build the wall. Naturally, you can imagine the problems that would come with that. Anyway, after trashing the floor, I made it blow up, and that released some memory. Sadly, it wasn't going to be enough memory as it turned out, but nonetheless. Anyway, I then came to an unfortunate damning revelation. While I had indeed built the sides of my pyramid now, it just, simply put, was too big. So I had to blow up most of the foundation, which sucks. It really does. But it's pretty cool as it blows up, so that's something, right? And then as I watched it blow up, in fire after making sure the rest of the pyramid was successfully attached and wouldn't collapse as a result, I knew I was ready to move on to phase 3, which is actually building a pyramid. So then the process of reflooring took place all over again, and I went to town, completely crazy. And this time I was, reasonably confident I was going to have to build it in a reasonable fashion with some memory left over to do cool stuff inside my pyramid. And so, away I went. So then began the process of filling in all the sides. So it did indeed work. I had to build the special triangular build stuff. That was good fun. And then, sure enough, filled them in with nice little crevices and cracks and stuff. And then there's my completed pyramid. Pretty cool, huh? All nice and filled in. Everything's, all that jazz. So the only thing really remaining is my final little touches I put on an inside and what the inside looks like. So naturally I'd run out of memory, so there wasn't a whole lot I could do. But, there's my trampoline there. Whee! And then there's another trampoline, and then if you don't screw it up, although I did screw it up, but if you don't screw it up, there's a special pyramid section at the very top, which is pretty sweet. There you go. So the idea of the game is you go to the top here. There is a plane, but there's also some special steps, and then up there's a treasure chest filled with a really, really awesome loot. You can get all the best weapons. So the idea is you race up the pyramid to get it, and then, make the best man win and all that. Or at least the person that got there the fastest win. But there's also a plane, and I thought, you know what? Having now built a pyramid, let's destroy a pyramid. That would be fun. So there's only 2 sets of foundations on the thing. So I thought, alright, cool, let's do it. So there's the first foundation. Admittedly, I did screw up because I'm not a very good pilot. There you go. So there's your first foundation thing gone. I mean, I suck as a pilot. I crash into trees and stuff like that. It's terrible. I'm terrible. But we're all friends here. But then that there, on the mountain face, the last remaining thing that holds up the pyramid. Naturally, of course, this is one of the weaknesses for Fortnite, is that it does not pay any attention to normal gravity. But there we go. The foundation was destroyed. And then suddenly my giant, awesome pyramid disintegrated. But if you think about it, it's a pretty mahoosive piece of work. I'm pretty proud of it. And luckily this was a loaded up game, so the pyramid is still out there if anybody wants to play. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe, notification bell, all that jazz, and tell me what other cool fort ideas you have, and maybe I can build them. Or maybe we can build them together. Thanks and goodbye.